Just a fun.
Hello.
Wow, this is great. Here we are again.
How did I know you were going to be wearing this sweatshirt?
Your psychic powers were. I maybe because I only have three shirts in my closet, and you must one out of three. I don't know, but that's fun. Yeah, I'm feeling it today. Feeling the E equals MC squared today, and
For
maybe you.
sure. For sure. It's a energy formula, and it's an energy formula that's balanced on both sides. All
Yeah,
the
because it
invisible
says
energy
equals.
equals everything we can see.
Equals means balance.
Equals means balance in a way. Yep, it does. And if we can come to balance in our bodies, we might be able to get closer to sort of a state of harmony, which is the state that our bodies need to be in order to move our healing projects forward. And we always have healing projects,
We
which
do.
is great. That's the best thing about being a human being.
Master Lu talks about this all the time, right? He always says like, balance is basic. That's like you want to reach balance, and then if possible, harmony. Harmony you can't make happen.
Yeah.
He says harmony happens, but you have to have balance as a precondition. And at least in our understanding, like in the world that we operate in, we can focus on balance. He says, and
Yeah.
then harmony can occur, and then harmonies where miracles happen
Yeah.
because
And last week we were talking about music.
yeah.
And
I
I think we had both had musical,
did.
experiences or events where we were really feeling not just the balance being
Yeah.
expressed, but a true kind of harmony that was drawing, all the artists, all the instruments, all of the energy in the room and the people in the room into one big harmonious, entity.
Yeah.
And that's a
Good.
that's a once, I think hopefully everybody watching this has that experience to draw on. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, right now, I don't know why this came to mind, but there was a jazz performance that my wife and Amy and I went to at the Green Mill here in Chicago, and
Yeah.
there are like 9, 10 players on the stage, and they're playing this kind of it seems in a way chaotic,
Hmm.
and there's just all this sound coming at you, and then all of a sudden something would happen and they would create something together that you just completely didn't expect because it wasn't like an ordinary like a song,
Hmm.
like you follow the melody or something that you get that there's a in jazz, there's a rhythm and a bass and a piano and whatever, and then there's the lead. It wasn't like that. It was like this, everybody was seemed to be doing their own thing,
Yeah.
and then suddenly it came together. It was so powerful. it
Wow.
was it was really so I think it was like, yeah, that's like a kind of experience that we can touch. They could on stage for sure. They knew what they were doing, and
Hmm.
and we can experience it. And I thought it's like that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
otherwise it's very difficult to take these kind of abstract ideas like balance. What are we talking about? But on the other hand, balance is also like every step you take.
Right.
Because when you take a step, you actually lose your balance when your foot is up in the air.
Yeah.
And we don't feel that anymore because we've integrated, usually, because we've integrated that balance so profoundly
Mhm.
that it's automatic. But if you look at a child learning to walk, it's very unstable.
It's so true. Yep. So I will just say that my granddaughter just learned to skip from her right leg to her left leg to her right leg. And you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
see how many requirements she's had to fulfill to be able to skip across the room
yeah.
and how she's completely absorbed by the act of it. But she really is like harmonizing so many body parts all at once have to be working together in order to produce that one possibility of her being able to skip. Yeah. And
So
I just have to say,
yeah,
so health is really a picture of that same kind of body coordination. The stepping is a great example because how often do we lose our balance? And as we get older, sometimes it happens more frequently where we feel unsteady. right?
I mean, not only unsteady, people fall. I mean,
Right.
this is very serious. It's like the opposite of being a, infant or a toddler. You're old and then you fall, and then problematic things start happening. And, so
Yeah,
people do talk about, like, oh, Tai Chi can help you, with your balance as you get older. It's
yeah,
like, it's in the news.
right,
And so if that's true, then it has to do with these kinds of ideas that we're talking about.
right. And certainly this right here, is our concept of how the movements that we practice, the energy movements that we practice, are changing our internal environment by supporting all of our organ function, by helping our energy to flow, by helping us, live in a more yin yang kind of framework, which all again sounds airy fairy, but the concrete result of that energy movement is that our balance is better. And as we move into spring, in this one moment of the vernal equinox, oh my gosh, Earth is showing us and reminding us, like, this is possible. Get yourself in balance. Follow me. I'm going to take you
Great.
into a moment of perfect balance. The
Yeah.
whole Earth and the whole solar system in balance. Like, gosh, wow.
Thing happens. It's kind of remarkable that there's a teaching moment for us
Yeah.
that's built in. And how many people, when it turns to this time of year, have terrible allergies. And we talk about this a lot. Master Lu uses this as a really clear example of how not being in tune with the change of seasons
Yeah.
can create health consequences.
Right.
Whereas the typical way of understanding this that everybody has is, so much pollen in the air. And there might be pollen in the air. When wouldn't there be pollen in the air? It's spring. But he says, like, if you're not able to make that transition, which is to say, stay balanced amidst changes. If you have trouble making that transition, your body may show it as a spring allergy because your body's not in balance. And so, and it's not in balance in a profound enough way that you're going to have a condition.
Right.
And it's not passing, because I'm sure most of us have some kind of something happen during the spring.
Yeah.
That's not surprising. You might have whatever you have, but when it's like a seasonal allergy comes every season, then most likely in our way of thinking, it means there's something not able to make the leap into this new pattern.
Yeah.
And stay balanced. So it's like skipping into spring.
Yeah.
Like trying to skip into spring, but you lost your balance.
Yeah. And, as you have said before, those kinds of conditions are really, beautiful opportunities to discover something new in ourselves. There's within that moment, within that condition, within that difficulty to transition, there's something so beautiful to find out about yourself, and so beautiful to rectify and to bring into balance and stop the suffering and feel how strong your body is. So I really love that example.
Yeah, I want to just take a minute and make a plug here and say that, because this isn't just a conversation that's about theoretical stuff. I mean, we work with people who have these conditions, and we help them become more in balance by teaching them, accessible Qigong movements, or maybe having them do the Dragon's Way program, or sometimes doing medical Qigong with them, or whatever it is we can do that they start to do. It makes a difference, and then they no longer have seasonal allergies, and they might have had them for years and years and years.
Absolutely.
So
And
it's not just somebody's idea from 5 centuries ago.
right.
This is an actual, practical, effective way to make a change.
Right. And foot pain, ankle, knee, hip pain, the same thing. I mean, just the whole, many, many opportunities to change.
And
Especially now, right now in the spring,
happens.
change.
This is a great time.
Yeah.
It's good.
Do it now and enjoy the year ahead. And Larry, yes, that was a very quiet plug. I will plug more boldly to say that we have new Qigong programs starting in April. And also, I think we're going to get together for a conversation. Anybody's invited to join us. I'll put the email in the comments below. And send us an email and we'll send you the Zoom link. I think we're probably gonna have a conversation next week with a small group about everything is energy, and energy has purpose, it has consciousness, it becomes materialized, it shows us our balance, and it brings us so much potential and so many
That's great.
possibilities.
I
Yeah.
look forward to that. It'd be fun. I want to talk with people who've been practicing.
Yeah.
We're starting to discover some things and have questions, or maybe they're not sure if they're ready to practice yet, and they're eager to know more about what can happen, so we can have a kind of a bigger conversation about, is this for me? Like, can I really do this and make a difference? Be great.
Beautiful. Right.
Mhm.
Right. All right. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. There we go. It's still equal. I still left side, right side, top, bottom, back, front, back, side to side, all balanced.
All
We
right.
all,
Yay.
all
Talk to you
right.
soon.
See ya.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.